Hey, it's Alex from Real Estate Skills, and today I want to show you a simple explanation of how a person can go from knowing nothing to becoming a millionaire through real estate investing. So first off, we help everyday people to wholesale, fix and flip, and buy rental properties across the country. We've helped thousands of people to get started wholesaling and investing in real estate. When talking about real estate, there are all different types of real estate, such as houses, multifamily apartments, office buildings, land, mobile home parks, and more. Now, for the sake of this video and for time, I'm going to solely be speaking about single family houses. This way, we don't get lost in the sauce and all the different types of options. And I'll be sure to take you through the math of becoming a millionaire through real estate investing, but I want to first talk about the principles of owning rental properties and why they're so powerful for becoming a millionaire. And so I'm going to share with you the 5 wealth multipliers in the form of an acronym called I.D.E.A.L that, when combined together, will help make you a millionaire through real estate. Let's talk about the first wealth multiplier, I, which stands for income. This is the income, or as we like to call it, the cash flow from a property. And this is the extra money every month that a property produces in profit. It's the monthly income of the rent minus all of the expenses to get that cash flow. Now, the second wealth multiplier is D, which stands for depreciation. Now, there are many tax benefits to real estate investing and owning rental properties, and this is just one of them. Now, depreciation occurs because the US government requires real estate investors to spread out most of the cost of real estate purchases over 27.5 years for residential buildings. And this creates an annual depreciation expense. But this type of expense isn't something that comes out of your bank account like insurance or maintenance costs. It's just a paper expense that shelters, meaning protects your income from taxes each and every year. And there are even scenarios where you can force this depreciation, so instead of 27.5 years, into 1 year. And this is a strategy, when done the right way, that the wealthy use to pay little to nothing in taxes every single year. Now, the third wealth multiplier is E, which stands for equity growth. If you use a mortgage to purchase a piece of real estate, and if your rent pays for all of your expenses, then your tenant is essentially buying your house for you. And this is because one part of your debt payment includes some of the principal, so this means your tenant's monthly rent payment builds equity for you each and every month. And this is one of my favorite parts of real estate. It's the essence of using OPM, which is other people's money, and OPT, which is other people's time to build wealth. And I don't know about you, but I love using real estate to increase my net worth through other people's time and money. Now, the fourth wealth multiplier is A, which stands for appreciation. Now, over the long run, real estate prices tend to appreciate about 3 to 4% per year, meaning the value of the property increases over time. And while it might not sound like much, when combined with the other benefits I'm talking about, and when compounded over long periods of time, passive appreciation can build enormous wealth. Now, the fifth wealth multiplier is L, which stands for leverage. I already showed you that debt, which is a form of leverage, leads to the benefit of equity growth. But the other benefit of leverage is that it multiplies the other 4 benefits. So for example, without leverage, you could only buy one $100,000 property if you saved $100,000. But by using leverage, that allows you to make a 20% down payment, meaning $20,000. And so now you can actually buy 5 properties. So 5 times 20,000 equals $100,000. Now, instead of just getting the income and cash flow, the depreciation, equity growth, and appreciation on one property, you can now get this multiplied by 5 because we use leverage. All right, now let me show you how these 5 wealth multipliers can make you a millionaire through real estate investing. So let's say you buy a rental property that has the purchase price of $100,000. And let's say you used good debt in the form of a mortgage to buy the property like we talked about. And so you only have to put down 20%. So you put down $20,000 to buy that $100,000 property. Now what this means is you now own the property, but you're also left with an $80,000 mortgage to pay off. Now additionally, because you bought this property that has income, right, the I, and that's cash flow, remember that wealth multiplier? Well, let's say after all expenses every single month, you are now making $400 a month in cash flow. Well, across a year, that's $4,800 a year in cash flow and profit for you. This is awesome. All right, now let's talk about equity growth. So in 1 year, your tenant has been paying off the principal plus interest for your mortgage from the bank. So after 1 year, that principal might have been paid down about $1,000. So what this means is for your equity growth, aka your net worth, that has also increased by $1,000. Now, let's not forget about A, appreciation. This is what's pretty cool. This property in 1 year, let's use the example of 4% appreciation to show this growth. So in this example, in 1 year, the property has appreciated from $100,000 to $104,000, given that 4% appreciation rate. Now, when we add up all these wealth multipliers to show what happened in 1 year, you have $4,800 in value from the cash flow alone, loan in 1 year. You have $1,000 in value from the loan pay down, and you also have $4,000 in appreciation from 1 year. Now in 1 year, your net worth has increased by $9,800 when we add that together through one humble rental property. Now let me show you what happens in 10 years time, and this is where it gets really fun. So from one humble property, 10 years of cash flow of $4,800 a year is now $48,000 in cash flow. And from 10 years of loan pay down, you go from owing originally $80,000 on your mortgage to now $60,000. So now your net worth has increased $20,000. And then with 10 years of appreciation at 4%, the property has now increased in value from $100,000 to $148,000 in value. So this increase, it's about $48,000 now to your net worth. And now let's add up what one humble property can do to your net worth in 10 years. That's $48,000 in cash flow, that's $20,000 in loan pay down, and $48,000 in appreciation. So now from one humble property, your net worth has now increased $116,000. And like I mentioned, that's just one property. And where it gets even more fun is when we break this down. When we break it down, it only takes about 9 of these properties because 9 times $116,000 equals over $1 million in net worth. Now I know waiting 10 years doesn't sound sexy, but real wealth creation a lot of times isn't sexy. It's about doing what actually works in reality and based in truth rather than theory. And now you can see with these metrics, if you only acquire 9 properties, you can become a millionaire through real estate investing. And this is exactly what we do here at Real Estate Skills. This is how my partners and I became millionaires. It's through rental properties. So we buy cash flowing rental properties that utilize the 5 wealth multipliers. And like I mentioned for this particular video, I didn't even get into depreciation and the other tax benefits just for time's sake, which even amplifies your net worth even more. Now at this point, you might be wondering, Alex, how do I come up with the down payments to purchase these properties? And that's a great question. So some people have worked their butt off and have great jobs and are able to allocate some of their paycheck for the down payments on rental properties. That's absolutely fantastic. But what I've been able to do and many others is to make money through real estate investing utilizing creative solutions, such as wholesaling real estate, and then using those profits from wholesaling deals for your down payments, or fixing and flipping houses. So buying distressed properties, renovating them, and then reselling them for a profit and using those profits for down payments, or going into deals with JV partners where they bring the capital and then you split the equity in the deal. Or instead of utilizing banks, using private money lenders to go in on deals and buy these rental properties. Even using hard money lenders to purchase the property, then renovate it, rent it out, and refinance it. There's a multitude of ways in real estate to actively get the down payments, and those are just a few. Now you might be wondering, Alex, how do I know if I have a good deal or not? Well, you have to learn how to analyze properties. This is one of the most important skills when it comes to being a real estate investor, which is why we work on analyzing properties with our community every single week and why we leverage our calculators to quickly know if we have a good deal or bad deal on our hands. And you can actually check out our free training in the description below to get access to how we find and analyze these types of properties. Now you might be also wondering, Alex, I want these properties that cash flow and grow my net worth, but how the heck do I manage them? How do I manage 9 properties? Well, you can self-manage the properties, but personally, I don't like doing that because I don't want to handle the inquiries about plumbing issues and I don't want to have to handle collecting the rent. So what I like to do is hire property managers that can manage my properties for me without having to get me involved as much as possible. Now there's also a cool property management software we like called Hemlane that can make self-management easier if that's the path you want to go down. And I'll actually put a link in the description down below if you want to check that out. Now you might also be wondering, Alex, what if the real estate market drops? What if it crashes? Well, what's great about cash flowing rental properties is that even if the market drops or crashes, the property still produces cash flow. And this is why my partners and I love to invest into cash flowing rental properties. If our goal is to build wealth and to buy more income producing assets, then I'm not going to buy a property that doesn't produce an income, meaning cash flow. If you study the real estate markets, you'll see that yes, it is cyclical, it goes up and down, but over time, the straight line actually appreciates and goes up. And it's always higher than where it was in the past. And this is another reason why we love investing in real estate. Additionally, when the market drops, what we do is we just buy more rental properties at cash flow because we can get even better deals on them. Now you might be wondering, Alex, how do I go about actually getting my first rental property? Well, if you want to get your first rental property, then what we've done is we put all of our methods and steps into a free resource, and you can actually download that at realestateskills.com/firstrental, and I'll put that in the description down below too. And in this free resource, we'll cover the 7 key steps to getting your first rental property so you can make that happen this year and potentially much sooner. So as you can see, yes, you absolutely can become a millionaire through real estate investing, and this is exactly how you can make it happen. Now, the most important thing I can leave you with is that you understand this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a get-rich-for-sure plan. It just takes a little bit of action and a little bit of patience. Because the honest truth is you will never buy any rental properties unless you actually take action. You go out there, you start finding these deals, analyzing them, and submitting offers on them to buy them and then to make them cash flow. And like I mentioned, it takes a little bit of patience because it takes time for the 5 wealth multipliers to exponentially increase your net worth. But if you keep taking action, keep on educating yourself, and let your real estate investments compound, then you will become a better real estate investor, and there's a very high likelihood you'll become a millionaire. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel for more real estate investing videos and content from realestateskills.com. And please leave a comment with any real estate investing questions you have. We try and answer each and every one of your comments. This is Alex Martinez with Real Estate Skills. Happy real estate investing.